Why are homeowners so, what I call, blatantly loyal to the utility company? Well, you've had a bad habit of paying the electric bill in a good way, bad way, but solar has changed things. So let's look into the savings aspect. So true or false, homeowners are in debt to utility companies. That is true. And so unless you go on a s'mores binge and only live outside or there's a zombie apocalypse, you actually need the electric company. It's month to month, but you are in debt with them. Now, another question. A penny saved is a penny earned. True. Here's some numbers of a recent customer of mine. And so savings with solar is amazing. Now, what do you get after 20 years and 1 month if you don't go solar? You get another bill, right? You get another bill from the electric company. Now, we think sometimes like, oh, well, if I go solar, I'd have to come up with this money. Well, really, that money is already earmarked towards your utility company. It doesn't really belong to you. It's theirs already. We just want to swap that bill. Now, you see on this chart here, the orange graphs, they're up to 19 years and 11 months. That represents a solar payment that has a beginning and end. And the green is the inflation going up and up. You would never want a mortgage payment that you didn't have an end to or you didn't know what the payments would be. We're kind of at the whim of sometimes narcissistic utility companies. We want to unplug inflation from the electric bill equation. Boom. That's what solar does. It has a beginning and an end, and then those savings are enjoyed. The utility company can be like a mobster, okay? They can just raise the rent anytime. And so you want to get away from that. Really, the biggest risk is not going solar and leaving money on the table. All right, so ownership is O for solar. At the end of the day, you can now have a choice. That is big. Right now, you're currently donating your money, hard-earned money, to the world's worst charity, and that is your utility company when you don't have to. You still have to partner with them, all right? So it's time for a new paradigm, and it's time for the solar revolution. I'm asking you to go from renting to owning, especially in the summer when panels on your roof or your property would overproduce what you need, and kilowatts can be shared back and forth in a credit program called net metering. More on that in a moment. But summertime, don't let those rays go to waste. Frog in the kettle, if a frog was in a kettle burning with, like the fire, and the frog was in there, the frog would not jump out. It would just be used to like high bills or high temperatures. But if a frog jumped right in and felt that hot temperature, like when you get in the shower, you get out, the frog would jump out. So I look at homeowners sometimes like, hey, you need to jump out. You've been used to these high bills is what I'm getting at. Now, in third grade, I wasn't good at math, but I did do good on this section, the greater than or less than sign. If you did well at that, you're going to do well in solar. Let me explain. We got two figures up here, 40K and 80K, which represents a good synopsis of solar proposals I've done lately. It really comes down to this. Picking pile of money costing less than greater pile. Okay, solar's going to be less in 25 years, not even counting the 20 years after that. But it just comes down to picking two piles. Which one? You want to pick a pile with the less money for a bill. Okay, it just means swapping bills. That's what solar comes down to. Can you think of a good reason to stay with the electric company? Meditate on that. I can't think of one. So let's move on to the next letter, which is leverage. There's a lot of money out there for tax credit. This is a game changer. That's why we want to go over your bill and run numbers for you, okay? Now, what would you do if I said, hey, call the electric company and see if they can lock in their rates for you with your electricity bills? Well, I don't know if you do that, but I know what they would do. They would probably laugh faster than inflation. Now they'll say, oh, you got budget billing. Well, you do, but that just kind of repackages their inflation. Okay, you got a 650 credit score? If not, we'll solve it. Boom. That's one of the things you need to qualify for this 20-year loan. We can work with you on that. Definitely, you want to leverage the loan. Now, some people are not into using their credit score. They're like, oh. Hopefully that's not you. I'd look at it more like a crowbar for leverage, because I don't want you to coddle your credit score. It's to be used for great financial practices, okay? Next question. What part of zero money can you not afford? Zero down, right? The zero or the down, but bam. Another thing about solar is the appraisal. Your home will go up and up in value, right? You put a bunch of great equipment on there to have your own solar system, it's going to go up in value. I look at a solar system like maybe if you were trying to do an investment property, but really there's like an equity garden on your roof, making your home more valuable, especially when you go to sell. Now, a lot of people are going to be looking for solar in the future. It's going to be the thing. Like, duh, you don't have solar, right? Especially the people who are into the green climate now. They're going to drive by homes where they don't have solar, where they go to buy them in years to come. And just so you know, as these panels increase value to your home, loans for solar are easily transferred into the next homeowner. It happens every day of the week. I think I said homer, but I meant to say homeowner. Okay, now the worst job you're going to want in years to come is the guy who goes to a house that has solar and says, hey, come on back to the electric company's inflationary rates of tradition. You're going to have to put your tax credit back and just come on back. That would be a terrible job. Don't take it, okay? R for solar at the last end of the word here stands for renewable, right? You recycle, why not recycle the sun? I mean, solar is cool. How cool is solar, right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff on the internet, so I can't get into details right now in the 7 minutes. But you've got nuclear reactions millions of miles away making energy for your microwave and TV and Xbox here in your home. Pretty cool. Now, the way solar operates is a mechanism called net metering. You don't want to be stuck with debt metering, so you want to understand that. So the question is, if you have these panels on your roof, would you want it to replace your bill? I say yes. Hopefully, you're moving from being a pessimistic researcher, you're overcoming that your budget bill brainwash, you're losing your excuses, and you're gun-ho ready to go solar. Not everyone easily makes a transition because it's like the Matrix, like unplugging the head, right? But to reap the solar rewards, you got to take a step forward. Okay, sometimes people just think of one excuse and that'll hold them back. I hope that is not you. Think of Felix. He was a retired guy and he set up solar for his home to leave a legacy for his kids. And so I want you to be more like him. So I'm hoping that if you're looking for ways to go solar. And with that, I have my last question. Could we go over your math to find your solar savings? You can text it at Solar Skills Power Bills. By the way, the ebook is free. Contact us, let us run the numbers, and try to bless you. Thanks for watching this presentation. God bless.